7:05 we should start.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the public hearing on the amended budget and appropriations ordinance for the Dundee Township Road District for fiscal year 2025 and 2026. I call this hearing to order at 7:05 p.m. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Day?
Here.
Trustee Drake?
Here.
Trustee Fixmer?
Here.
Trustee Hardy?
Here.
Supervisor Shaw?
Here. I ask that you all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As previously stated, the public hearing concerns the amended Dundee Township Road District fiscal year 26 budget and appropriations ordinance. A copy of this was prepared and made available for public inspection on May 23, 2025. Commissioner Schultz, would you please provide a brief overview?
Sure. First of all, thanks for taking time to have a special meeting. I didn't realize that there were two meetings going on until about 6:15. I looked online and I seen the agenda. It's like, oh, okay. Could be a lot more people there than I thought. So anyways, the reason we're here to reopen my budget, it's so that I finalize the purchase of the cab and chassis that I need to build a new snowplow dump truck. Back in May of '24, I put in an order for the new truck to be built in Bunnell. I was told it could take up to 2 years to take delivery because they were still trying to catch up from all the supply issues they had during COVID. I agreed to pay for the cab and chassis when Bunnell received the truck. And after Bunnell builds it, I'll have the remainder be due. So last December, when I was working on the budget, I called Bunnell to see if I needed to put any money in the budget for the truck, and they told me no. They said I won't, they shouldn't see it till 2026. So, yeah. They contacted me in April and told me that they got the truck and that payment was now due. So we have the money in the building equipment fund that we've done accumulate for this purchase. So it's just not in the line item budget. Any questions?
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Any questions from the trustees? No? Okay. Anyone in the audience who wishes to address the board on the amended budget appropriations ordinance may do so now. Go ahead, sir. Please limit your time to 3 minutes and state your name.
My name is Mike Tennis from Sleepy Hollow. The Highway Commissioner is proposing to amend the road district's appropriation to about $1,757,000, a 10% increase in the road district appropriation. The initial appropriation was just approved on March 19th, 3 months ago. Why change the building and equipment fund appropriation now? I think you just answered that. Why didn't the Highway Commissioner have the foresight to incorporate this into the initial appropriation? I don't understand that question. Why wasn't this on the agenda at the regular meeting held days ago on June 18th? That I don't understand. The proposed change would add $161,000 appropriation to capital outlays for vehicles, increasing building and equipment appropriations from $51,000 to $212,000. When only $36,000 was spent on building equipment last fiscal year, why the dramatic jump? I don't understand that. Why only $856,000 was spent by the road district last year? Why amend the appropriation to better than double last year's expenditure? That I don't understand. Is there really an urgent need for such a large expenditure? Why not make a line item change reducing commodity expenses that includes a $421,000 appropriation for infrastructure? Why is there so much equipment in the road district's garage? Will the new vehicle be stored in the garage, or is there going to be a trade-in? If there is a sale of surplus equipment, should that be reflected in the amended ordinance as an estimated receipt? If a replacement vehicle is needed, have you considered renting or leasing? Are you going through a competitive bid process? Why isn't the cash balance as of March 1 in the amended budget and appropriation ordinance updated from $636,000 to $841,000 as reported for bank account balances for February's financial report? Township commissioners should consider A, requesting answers to unanswered questions, and B, requesting the highway commissioner resubmit the amended budget and appropriation ordinance for July's regularly scheduled meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the board? Okay. Is there a motion to approve Dundee Township Road District's amended fiscal year budget and appropriation ordinance number 2025-03 as presented?
I'll motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. So the motion made by trustee Day and seconded by trustee Drake. Is there any discussion? Matt,
Do we want to address some questions?
sorry?
Do we want to address some of those questions?
Well, I think probably the answer to almost all these questions is the way townships work. The road commissioner is very independent of the township board, and we really don't have the power to ask those questions and demand answers. So we probably could postpone this to the next meeting, but I see no reason to do that. And so I think that would be the most obvious. Mike, can you, or Mark, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah,
Do you need to?
I certainly can. And so that's the idea. What the courts have said about that is that they don't question the wisdom of the Illinois legislature in creating a system where the highway commissioner sets the budget and the board has to approve it, right, and doesn't have discretion in changing it, but that is the state of the law.
So you're saying the Illinois legislature would approve a doubling of expenditures just because the commissioner asked for it?
I'm saying that from the board's perspective, that is what the board would be obligated to do, correct?
If I was a commissioner, I certainly wouldn't approve it.
I can say there's been lots of litigation about that, I can tell you that, and the only people who win are people like me in those situations.
I just wanted to mention that we do have, for such a meeting, we do have to put a hearing notice in the press, which takes 30 days.
So there's a 30-day requirement for a public notice for the hearing, and the outgoing board did not feel comfortable publishing that notice before the new board came in. So that's the reason for the special meeting. And I believe, as the commissioner explained, I think this is a purchase that, it's time sensitive. Essentially, it came up, and with the supply chain issues has been I think an issue for quite some time. And so he asked that the board put out that notice and get it as soon as possible, so there was no additional expenses.
Okay. So, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Day?
Yes.
Trustee Drake?
Yes.
Trustee Fixmer?
Yes.
Trustee Harney?
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw?
Yes. Is there a motion the motion carries and the vehicle purchase for the amended budget and appropriations ordinance is hereby approved as presented. I don't have a gavel, so. Okay, adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
The motion is made by trustee Day and seconded by trustee Harney. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, any abstentions?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. The ayes have it, and we are adjourned at 7:16 PM.